eyes are watering, my nose is running. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. We're gonna try to get through this video as fast as possible because I am struggling right now. Hello everyone, it's Kayla and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out this video. I am so happy to have you here. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, or rather something I haven't done in a long time. I am going to be filming, as you can see, a little sit down, face to face with the camera, kind of chatty video. I have not filmed a video like this in forever. If you go on my channel, I don't recommend doing this, but if you go on my channel and scroll all the way to the bottom, you will find some very old, very cringy videos of me from when I first started this channel. I used to sit down and talk to the camera all the time. It feels kind of nostalgic to be doing this right now. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. With all that being said, why don't we go ahead and jump into the actual theme for today. We're going to be talking about books. I know that's why you guys clicked on the title, so let's get into the book haul. So recently, bookoutlet.com was having a sale. They started their Black Friday sale early and I went to town. I got a lot of books. I'm super excited to share them with you guys, so let's get into it. So the first book I got is called The 7-Year Split. This is by Ashley POSTON. I have heard a lot of good things about this book. I see people raving about it all the time. People have said that this book has brought them to tears, so we shall see if it has the same effect on me. I'm not going to read the entire synopsis on the back. I will have it somewhere on the screen so that you guys can read it yourself, but I'll read a little bit of what it says. It says at the bottom, her aunt always said the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blended like watercolors. She also said that love is never a matter of time, but a matter of timing. It seems to be about a woman who moved into her late aunt's apartment, and in that apartment there's a man there, but it seems that the man is from the past, not from like present day where she is living. So somehow their worlds intertwine. She falls in love with him and they're trying to navigate that relationship. So I am very, very curious about how this book is going to go. I probably will not be reading this anytime this year. We only have a month left in the year, so I don't think I'll get to it this year, but this is definitely going to be on my TBR for next year. So super happy to have this in my collection. The next book I have is called Black Cake. This is by CHARMAINE Wilkerson. It's about a woman who passes away and she leaves behind a recipe for her black cake, but she also leaves a audio recording with the recipe and she passes it down to her 2 children. And I guess there's some drama that happens with that recording. She must say some secrets in there. There must be some mysteries that finally get solved. So we shall see how this turns out. I'm very curious. This is not typically a book that I would gravitate towards. I'm very much like a romance and kind of fantasy reader, but I was intrigued. Also, I really like the book cover. I know we shouldn't be judging a book by its cover, as the saying goes, but I was really intrigued by this book cover, so I'm excited to see how this goes. The next book I got is called The Only One Left. This is by Riley Sager. I've heard a lot of good things about this book as well. This book is about a woman who was accused of murdering her entire family. There's even like a nursery riddle that goes with it, kind of like the Lizzie Borden nursery rhyme, or not nursery rhyme, I would say it's like a spooky little chant. So this woman has a spooky little chant for her family, and she, as I said, has been accused of murdering her entire family, as she's the only one left from the murders, but she is saying that she is innocent. It goes through different periods of time. So it starts off from the massacre of the family, which is the Hope family. Then it goes down to when the last person from the Hope family is still living, but she's very, very old and ill, and there's an aide that comes to take care of her, and she is willing to tell the aide the entire story of what happened. So I cannot wait to read this. I love a good murder mystery. Like, this type of book is very much up my alley, so I can't wait to see how it turns out. You guys are gonna hear me say that about every book. I can't wait to see how the book turns out. This again will not be a book that I read anytime soon. It's probably gonna have to wait until next year, but I am excited. I'm excited to read this. The next two books I will show you guys together because they're a part of a series. I got book 1 and book 2 in the Legendborn series by who's this, TRACY DEONN. So the only thing that I will say about ordering from Book Outlet, some of the books are tore up. I mean, they're not bad. They're obviously still, you can still read them and stuff, but they're not in pristine condition. So this book is a little bit dented here. Don't know if you guys can see that, but the page is a little bit dented. I got a couple of books like that where the pages are either dented or the book cover itself is kind of dirty. I just took an alcohol pad and wiped off the covers of some of the books. I didn't touch the paperback books because I was worried that the covers would get ruined, but all the hard cover books that come with the sleeve on it, I just took a little alcohol pad to those and wipe them as clean as I could, and it was fine. That's just something to be mindful of when you do order from Book Outlet. And I just noticed there's like some marker at the bottom in the top of these books, but it's fine. I'm gonna read them. They're gonna get kind of bent up anyway, so it's fine. Anyways, yes, I got the two books, the first book and the second book in the Legendborn series. Which one is which? Okay, I think this is the first one. So I'm not gonna read the back of every book for y'all because I would be sitting here for hours. So we're just gonna kind of briefly discuss what the synopsis says on the back. So I believe this book is about a young girl who goes to like a school for gifted students. She goes to the school with the sole purpose of trying to figure out what happened to her mom and how her mom got murdered. Along the way, she discovers that she has powers of her own. So it's basically just her trying to figure that situation out, trying to figure out herself, trying to figure out what happened to her mom. In the first book, she meets a guy named Nick. In the second book, Nick gets kidnapped and she's trying to figure out what happened to him. I am very intrigued by this. I love a magical fantasy. I eat it up every time. Anything with fantasy and magic and romance, I'm gonna eat it up every time. So I'm excited to see how this is. I'm pretty sure this genre is YA, young adult. I typically don't like reading YA because I feel like it can be a little bit cringy at times, but I also really love a good, as I said, magical fantasy. So I am definitely going to be dipping my toes into this series and see how it goes. If I like it enough, or if I like these two books enough, I will obviously get the third book, but I just have the first two for now and I am looking forward to reading these, so we shall see how it goes. I was watching a YouTuber called Janice J, and she said that this book was really good. It brought her to tears. It's also been turned into an HBO series, so I definitely am gonna read the books and then watch the series if I like it. From reading the back, the story seems kind of boring. It's basically about some teenagers who are on a hockey team and something happens to one of their classmates and they're trying to figure out what happened to her. I guess it has something to do with one of the kids on the team. So it's about a community coming together to figure out answers or find answers. And that's basically what the back is saying. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it sounds kind of boring, but I've also heard that people have absolutely loved this book. So I'm gonna see if this book has the same effect on me that it's had on everybody else. I typically would never lean towards a book like this. I'm not like a super big fan of like sports reads. I just don't love sports books. They're not my type of book. And since this is about ice hockey, I don't know if I will enjoy it as much, but I'm gonna try it anyways and see what the vibes are. So I will definitely keep you guys posted once I read this. The next book I got is called Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends. It's by Tia Williams. I thought the book cover was so stinking cute. Again, I believe it's YA, and as I said, I'm not a huge fan of YA books, but I thought this book cover, I really just bought it because the book cover was adorable. This book is about a teenage girl who has spent all of her life working hard. She wants to be like a famous writer, I believe. She never really has any fun. So she goes on a quest to hire this guy named Bash, who is all about fun. And she's going to hire him to help her have more fun so that she can include it in the book that she's writing, so she can spice the book up a little bit. And obviously I think they're gonna like fall in love, so it's giving maybe strangers to lovers or enemies to lovers. We shall see, but I am looking forward to reading this. I love a cutie little romance, so I think this is gonna be a quick and fun read. All right, the next book I have is King of Greed. This one is by HUANG. I am so excited to have this in my collection. I just bought the first book in this series so I could have it in my collection, but I already read it twice on my Kindle, and then I listened to the audiobook. I ate it up. I loved that book so much. That was the book that got me back into reading. I absolutely love the series. I have not read the second book yet, but I have it on my Kindle waiting for me. So once I finish getting through my November TBR and I think my December TBR, I will start book 2 in the series next year. I know that's a little bit of a while away, but I have a order in my head. Like I need to get through what I'm currently reading, and then I will get on and start a new TBR list for 2026. So that's a whole different story for another time. But I am so psyched to have this book. As I said, I ate up the first one. I thought it was so fun and so good, so I can't wait to read this one. This one is about a husband and a wife. The husband is a really rich and powerful something. He does something where he got money. He spends a lot of time with work and working on his career and everything, and he forgets about his wife. So the wife finally decides that she can no longer live like this, and she leaves him, but he is gonna fight to get her back. I'm already eating it up. My heart is doing a little pitter patter. I cannot wait to read this. And it is a short book. It's only, let's see how many pages, only 326 pages. So I definitely feel like I will read through this fast. I can't wait. I'm so excited about this. All right, we're almost at the end, you guys. I appreciate your patience. So this book is called Quicksilver by CALLIE, HART. I'm not sure how they pronounce their name. This is the fattest book I have ever purchased in my life. I did not realize it was this big when I bought it. I have heard so many mixed reviews about this book. People either absolutely love it or they hate it. I hope I fall on the loving side of the spectrum. We shall see. I couldn't really understand the synopsis on the back. From what I gather, it seems to be about a young girl who lives in a kingdom where she is a thief. She steals from people, and it seems that the queen of the kingdom finds out, and she sends one of her huntsmen after her, I believe, and then they fall in love or something like that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know exactly what this book is about, but it seems to have a little dark romance vibe going on. I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. Again, this is a chunky book. I do not plan on reading this anytime soon because it is kind of intimidating. So we shall see. How many pages is it actually? Damn. Ooh. Okay. All right. And it's still going. And it's still going. 609 pages. And they got the nerve to say, stay tuned for more. Okay, yeah, I will not be reading this anytime soon. I have to mentally and physically prepare myself to read a book of this thickness. All right, we have made it to the end. I have the last book here. This is called Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have heard the girlies raving about this book all over the internet, so I have very high hopes for this. Apparently, Emily Henry is like the writer for a romance story, so we shall see if this book lives up to the hype for me. This book is about a couple who breaks up, but they have a little house on the lake that they go to every year with all their friends. So they are gonna go to the house and stay with their friends and pretend they're still in a relationship because they don't want their friends to know that they're broken up, and they want to enjoy themselves because the house is going to be sold within the next year. So they want to have one last hurrah at this house with their friends without any drama, but they don't realize that their friends can sense that something is off. So it's basically about them trying their best to keep things under wraps about their relationship, but I think they're gonna fall back in love. I think that's what I'm hearing from reading this. So I can't wait to read this. It sounds like a cutie little lovers to strangers to lovers again. I am looking forward to dipping my toes into this and seeing how it goes. This book was one of the books that was super dirty when I opened the box, but I wiped it down and it doesn't look that bad anymore. As you guys can see, it looks a lot cleaner than it did when I first opened the box. So that's a nice tip for you guys. If you ever get books that are kind of dirty, just take a little alcohol pad and gently rub it and your book will be as clean as new. I thought I would do a quick little honorable mention because I went to the store yesterday and picked up another book, and I thought I would share it with you guys because I'm super excited about it. It's this gorgeous book. Look how beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is The Christmas Tree Farm by LAURIE Gilmore. This is the third book in the Dream Harbor series. I absolutely love that series. So cute, so cozy. All the books are like fun and easy to read. I am so happy to have this. This is actually on my TBR for next month, so I'm glad that I have the physical book. And I just could not pass up the cover. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the gold foil accents. I really want to get into the habit of collecting special edition books because I feel like they're nice to have in your collection. As I've been reading more, I've been collecting more books, so I can't wait to have more of my books displayed around the room. So I'm happy to have this. Can't wait to read it. All right, everyone, that is the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoy this haul. Please let me know if there's any books that I mentioned that you have already read or that are on your TBR list. I would love to know. And also let me know what you think of this type of video, me kind of sitting down and talking to the camera. If you guys like videos like this, I will gladly film them for you. So please let me know if you enjoyed this type of video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.